This video is sponsored by PoketownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that last card to complete your online deck, or just to get the latest booster packs in town like Crowns in it, for example. They literally have everything, and you can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off your order. This video is also sponsored by Cardmarket.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. This is a platform where you're able to upload your favorite wallpaper and they turn it into a beautiful playmat. You can now have 10% off your order by clicking the link down below, and they ship worldwide, so definitely check it out. Last but certainly not least is going to be DragonShield.com. Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards, and they have the best quality sleeves available, and you can of course check it out by clicking the links down below. They have sleeves, binders, and deck boxes of the best quality around. I use them in every single tournament, and you guys should do the exact same thing. Thank you a lot for sticking around with the commercials, and enjoy the video. Peace. Sup YouTube, it's ZapDosTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new so you don't miss out on competitive Pokemon TCG information. So the Liverpool Regionals 2023 concluded, and Mew VMAX took it all down. Today we're going to be checking out the top 8 deck list of the tournament, which is going to help a lot of people that want to get of course into the game and going to their next regionals. Maybe you are from the US and the upcoming regionals is in 2 weeks time, or maybe you're going to the OCIC. Whatever the case is, a lot of these decks will still be viable, even though Crowns in it will become legal very shortly for competitive play. There's not a lot of cards that are going to be impacting the format all that much. I know there is of course the Sky Seal Stone as well as Radiant Eternatus and the Zamazenta, but those are about the only cards that are going to have a dent in the format. So today we're going to be talking about the top 8 deck list of the Liverpool Regionals. Also, I went to the Liverpool Regionals myself and got top 64, so another 50 CP for the race for the Yokohama World Championships over in Japan. It's going to be super nice to go there, one of my long time dreams, so you're going to be following it along as I vlog the entire season. As I was playing the Arcdura list, that is going to be very similar to the one that Zach Lestage utilized in his regional run before that. So yeah, just pretty much a brain dead deck, just going for Arcdura, attach pass, and just hope the opponent doesn't have answers for it, which was exactly the case in most of my matchups. So with that being said, let's check out the top 8 list, shall we? We're going to be starting off from 8 to 1 with Sander Wojcik. You should expect him in almost any top 8 in of course Europe with bringing the control deck. So Sander loves control, as you all know. He always comes out with innovative ways to improve upon the current meta, and the current meta right now is Lugia, Mew, and Lost Boxes. So he decided, let's just go for the Snorlax on top of Cry of Destruction Yveltal to win the Lugia matchup, because not a lot of lists are still playing the Espeon VMAX, so that is going to be winning those matches very easily with 4 copies of Cry of Destruction on top of like the Hammer, which you can loop with Electromagnetic Sonar, is going to be very interesting. Also, Sander Wojcik said that he would cut the one-off Crushing Hammer for a second copy of Sydney, and also would cut the Tracking Shoe for another card. I did not quite know which card that was, but yeah, these are like inclusions that you might have a little bit of a flip-flop if you want to be playing this deck yourself. So Cape of Toughness onto Yveltal makes it very, very tanky. This also means you don't need Radiant Gardevoir to protect yourself from minion loops, because the cape will be doing just fine. On top of that, you have the Eldegoss loop, so you're going to be able to get any supporter back from the discard pile. And the loop you could do is, of course, with Birdkeeper into Eldegoss, get something else, which is super nice. Birdkeeper also allows you to utilize the Starly in this list, and this Starly actually with the Keen Eye can allow you to get any 2 cards from the deck. In Lost Zone boxes, they probably are not playing Marnie. Sometimes they play Roxanne, but if you're not taking a lot of prize cards, with the Keen Eye, you can get the ultimate combo going, so you can Torton your way into a Flying Pikachu VMAX from the get-go. So they don't see it coming. Randomly, one of your Pokemon like Snorlax or Yveltal transforms into Flying Pikachu V because of Torton, and then you can instantly evolve it that turn into Flying Pikachu VMAX coming out of nowhere. And because you're already running on double turbo energy, it is going to be nice to utilize those 3 special speed lightning energies to of course require the attack effect of Max Balloon, and of course a Flying Pikachu VMAX with a big parasol allow you to of course win Lost Box matchups on top of the Reggie matchup as well. So he actually wanted to secure those matchups, but against like Mew VMAX, your main win condition is to just annoy them with Galar Mine. If all of their switches are gone, you can also trap them with the the Galar Mine. So yeah, they're gonna have like a rough time to manually retreat their Genesect into another Mew, which is super nice. So Galar Mine is the way you trap opponents, and you also have a way to start swinging some damage with the Snorlax here as well, with the unfazed Fat Snorlax. There's the Miltank for specific archetypes like Vikavolt. You just use Miltank, so they have not a lot of answers for it. So pretty much you control the entire meta game and just try to get the resources you need to put the opponent out of anything they want to use. Like sometimes you get rid of all their energies because of Craft Destruction, Sydney, and Hammer. Sometimes you go for Max Balloon if you're up against an only basic deck. So it's very cool to see an innovation on control every single time Senator Wojcik comes up to a tournament. Very cool to see. Also Echoing Horn. Echoing Horn into the boss Galar Mine play is also something people don't want to be seeing. If you're seeing control, you're going to say like, nah, I'm trapped. So this is a very unique deck list. And the way you recover specific trainer cards is of course with Regieleki, also known as the Bad Lucky and the Reggie deck. So Electromagnetic Sonar, get a trainer card back from the discard pile into your hand. Whether it's a supporter or a stadium or whatever, you can get it back into your hand. So super cool deck for sure, and I'm always very scared to be seeing those pop up on the versus ladder here and there. Next is Vinny Schelfhout from Belgium. Very cool to see Belgium represented again in the top 8, and with of course the Goodra deck. We're going to be talking about Goodra in a battle video very shortly, but for now let's check out the top 7 list, like 7 placement of the Goodra VSTAR. This is very similar to Stefan Ivanov's list, and instead they actually went for the Battle VIP passes, which is something that Stefan actually did not use. Also big shout out to Runa Hermans, which actually was able to get second, actually not second, is a back-to-back winning Liverpool. That's what I was about to say. So the busted senior doing it again and winning another regionals, and actually he won the last Liverpool regionals as well. So the senior division also won by Goodra VSTAR, means that Goodra VSTAR was a very well timed pick for this tournament. What do we see here is that with Goodra VSTAR you have the Moisture Stall healing off all damage instantly, and you also have the Rolling Iron, allowing you to of course get 80 reduction done to you if the opponent slaps into you the next turn. They need to either boss around or rope around it in order to get rid of the effect. So you're going to be very tanky, and you're going to be able to have the effect to heal yourself off. There's also, and this is probably like very similar to Sosa's list from the last regionals, which is barely didn't make it into the top 8. So Goodra is a very nice pick today in the format, it seems. This list is running the Parasols. Stefan said they are not running the Parasols. So the Parasols here on top of Temple of Sinnoh is going to be a way you protect yourself from Lugia decks, because Lugia, their special energies all turn into regular Kara's energies, and Yveltal's not going to be snapping you if you have the big Parasol. 3 copies of Boss is nice to just cherry pick some stuff on the opponent's bench so you can knock them out with the Rolling Iron and taking your prize cards very quickly like that. And with the Drapion V, you're just gonna be making sure that you can slap Mew VMAX in the face. This list is also not running Roxanne and is gonna go for the Marnies instead, but a high amount of switch outs here so you can comfy around and get, of course, the fastest way to the Mirage Gate. So yeah, very cool list. Goodra is doing well, and next up is 6th place with Ryan Morehouse from the UK. It is a Mew list, and it is looking like it is a fusion build. So the fusion Mew list is still very scary because it has the capabilities of donking people with the Meloetta and the Melodious Echo. You have access to Forest Sealstone to get any card you want from the deck, and also is a safe way to get, of course, rid of Bad to the Peak. So you can get, of course, any stadium you want instantly, and there's just 2 copies of Lost City, but this list is a little bit flippy for my liking. It is running 3 copies of Pokemon Catcher, allowing you to get a Pokemon down from the bench to the active position, on top of course, utilizing Alasa Sparkle that turn. So Meloetta, the most scariest Pokemon you've ever seen in your lifetime, because if you go first and you only have one Pokemon in play, the game could be over before you know it, because Alasa Sparkle donks with Meloetta happen all the time. There is one copy of Judge in here, which could disrupt Lost Box players that of course utilize Oranguru, with of course the way you can put swap the top card of your deck, so that could be disrupting that with the Judge. No Path to the Peak in here, but they are playing a big Parasol to respect the amazing rare Yveltal that can sometimes snap you out of existence. So very cool fusion build, also running that V-Guard energy for some extra defensive capabilities. Okay, moving forward, Kim Pobega, if I pronounce that correctly, from Italy. I did see that popping up in a recent tournament, so they have been doing very well these last couple of years. Lugia, let's see what kind of a Lugia list we are rocking with, and it looks to be a list with the amazing rare Raikou. Raikou is very great against Lost Zone boxes that are not slapping down their Manaphy in time, and since this list is running 2 copies of Cologne, you're gonna be getting them out of nowhere. Like you can amazing shot 2 prize cards even though they have Manaphy. You just boss Manaphy, a Cologne, and amazing shot. You also have the Stoutland to take 2 prize cards, so looks like they have a very favorable matchup against the Lost Zone boxes. Also comes packing in with the Drapion for the additional help against Mew VMAX. We still see that they went to go for a 3-2 line of Lugia VSTAR. That's a little bit thin in my liking, but of course with 4 Evolution Essence, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Quick Ball, and the double Luminion, you probably get it most of the time. Definitely if you go second, you have access to that research. Research is very great. You don't see it all in that amount, many counts, but 2 copies of research, and you also have access to the Serena to of course dump your hand, get those Archeops in the discard pile, so you can utilize Summoning Star and get the game going straight away. So I also see that they have 1 Pumpkaboo, 1 Collapse Stadium, and a Vacuum, so they of course are have it attacked against Path to the Peak, which can come into play, and they are playing for, let's see how many energies they have, like 12, 30, 40, 15 energies, but they did add in the Speed Lightning energy as well as the Heat Fire. Most of the times you see more captures, so they lessened up on the captures and added in some more tech cards like the Raikou, and are gonna go for Dunsparce Manaphy because Reggie was well respected going into this tournament. Moving forward is Raz Wolpe, and from Israel, so I've played against him at Worlds. Very lovely person in the community as well. They got into the top 8 finally. That's their wish that they had. So top 4 even. Raz has of course a Lugia list, and the Lugia list we're seeing here is of course very similar to the list that we've seen from Kim Pobega. So this was the list that Kim utilized here, but they just had 2 Colognes, and then they come back with the advanced technology to of course make sure that stuff like Aerodactyl, Galarian Weezing, or even the Rolodon VMAX don't cause too many headaches because of the fact you have canceling Cologne. They have the one-off Irida in here and the 2 copies of Luminion, so Luminion can fetch out Irida when the time is right to get your one-off specific tool cards, like you have item cards I would say. So you can get the Vacuum with that, you can get the canceling Cologne or a Choice Bell, or even like I've seen Irida working out just to get another Evolution Essence, so you can Ultra Ball out of the way and get the Archeops in the discard pile. Also the Manaphy and Dunsparce still part of the squad here, but this list is not running any stadiums. Instead they of course have the Irida to find the Lost Vacuum that way. So very cool list because of the fact that with Irida you can also get like the cards you want, like the Choice Bells. You can cherry pick Choice Bell when the time is right, because with the double Luminion you can find Irida and do all your stuff. So other than that, the same attackers we're seeing multiple times before: Charizard, Yveltal, Raikou, and Stoutland seems to be the partners in crime for the Archeops Lugia deck. Moving forward is Mikey Block from the UK playing Lost Zone Box with Rayquaza. Okay, let's see here. Looks to be like a very similar approach than at the Pablo Meza list that we've seen working out, doing pretty well. Of course, amazing rare Raikou on top of Rayquaza is pretty nice because amazing shot allows you to have, of course, the up trade in the Reggie matchup with Galarian Zigzagoon, and the Rayquaza just one-shots anything in existence. Think about like V-Stars, V-Maxes, doesn't matter. Amazing burst can cap all the way to 400 damage, which just knocks out anything in the game. Cramorant for early game aggression, Sableye for spread mechanics in the late game, and you also have, of course, a couple of Rhyhorns to burst into the scene with a Rayquaza, so you only need like 1 Mirage Gate to just swing for 240, which is enough if you, of course, are dealing with just a basic V, like Stoutland, for example. So very cool list, and I've been playing with this a lot. I was always gonna pick this as well for the Liverpool Regionals, but last minute decided to swap over to Arcdura, which I'm happy with because I got top 64, so could not complain. But this list is also adding in the 1 copy of Training Court, respecting specific like Judge Path list from Mew that could cause some trouble here and there. So the 1 off Training Court could be helpful to regain energies, specific ones, because sometimes you have not access to your ordinary rod, and these can be a nice way to get like your energy back in hand. Okay, then number 2, top 2, Stefan Ivanov, second place with Goodra VSTAR. We've talked about Goodra VSTAR before, but this list, as mentioned, is not running Battle VIP Pass. Instead, it is all the way going for the Quick Ball, and Quick Ball is going to be the way you can also really easily get Drapion in the early phases against Mew, which is awesome. You can also find your Galarian Zigzagoon, because Galarian Zigzagoon and Scoop Up Net get you all the way to a bigger number with the Rolling Iron, and with the high amount of boss, that's going to be very crucial, because that can put Rolling Iron all the way to 220, knocking out basic Vs before they're evolving, which is awesome. You have the AD reduction still going, working with you to make sure you the opponent is not able to KO you. Another card that, like Stefan said, that he probably would cut was like Raihan. He put in Raihan because he couldn't find anything else for this list. But this list is very self-explanatory. Lots of switches, a Scoop Up Net, and a Rope, allowing you to switch to your comfies time and time again to, of course, get 7 cards in the last one and go for Mirage Gate instantly. So basically, by turn 2 or 3, you have a bunch of Goodra V-Stars that are going to be swinging into the opponent with, of course, the Rolling Iron, and you can undo turns with the Moisture Star ability. And the Temple of Sinnoh is going to be a headache for specific decks like Reggie's, for Mew, as well as Lugia. So Temple of Sinnoh putting in some work here, definitely in combination with the Roxanne. Okay, and then the final list is from Leon Kesselring, all the way from Switzerland with Mew VMAX, and if I remember correctly, that was a DTE build. So as you can see here, Mew is just having Judge, Marnie, and Roxanne as the disruptive supporters, and then having, of course, Path to the Peak. In combination with that, the opponent's probably going to be doing not that much. If Lugia is not able to bump the path after they get Judge Path, they are not going to be summoning Starring, and if they're not doing that, they're losing. You have Echoing Horn and Cross Switcher, so you can target that down even though you judge them, so you can disrupt their hand, gust them, and slap a Pokemon from the discard pile. Mew is just incredibly strong, and with Path to the Peak, Drapion is also not able to respond attack, which is going to be a main way that Mew survives from opposing Drapions that can come out of nowhere. So and also Drapion gives up 2 prize cards, so in that sentence you can just knock out Drapion, Pat Roxanne, Echoing Horn, and do it, knock it out again. So you can even Lost City it if you want to. That's gonna be maybe a little bit a safer approach, but there are so many powerful stadiums in here. Collapse Stadium is also great against Reggie decks, which sometimes have the upper hand. You can even go for Lost Citying some specific Reggies or Collapse Stadium into a Roxanne, which always work miracles. You have 4 Steel Stone to get any card you want from the deck, and with 4 Battle VIP, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Cryomatic, the deck just sets up incredibly well. So has Disruption, has the power to, of course, KO a lot of Pokemon, and has even the big Parasol to protect from amazing rare Yveltal. So you have 2 choices if you're going for Mew. Either go for the DTE or the Fusion build. And these were the top 8 best decks from the Liverpool Regionals. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Which deck surprised you the most? For me personally, it was Goodra VSTAR doing that well. I didn't expect them. Actually, I didn't expect Goodra to do that well, but it did. And that's also the reason that Reggie didn't do that well. So this top 8 was, of course, 2 Lugia, 2 Mew. If we can go again to the results here. 2 Lugia, 2 Mew, a Lost Box, technically 3 Lost Boxes, but there were 2 Goodra variants, 1 amazing rare Rayquaza, and then, of course, Control, as it always is in Europe with Sander Wojcik in the scene. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Let me know your favorite current standard deck in the comments below, and check out our sponsors as well, PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. Get some beautiful crowns in it, coach, so you can have these new decks made with the Zamazenta, the Sky Seal Stone, etc. You can use the coupon code ZABLUSTCG for 5% on everything on the website, including promo cards. And there is, of course, cardmarket.com as well for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every day, so if you use the referral name ZABLUSTCG, you're going to be helping out the channel tremendously. Then there's a Dragon Shield for people from the US and Europe, where you can buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, link down below. And last but not least is yourplaymat.com, where you're able to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can just upload your favorite wallpaper or design, and they turn it into a beautiful playmat. They ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off right now by clicking that link down below. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I will be seeing you guys sooner rather than later with more Pokemon TCG content. Peace.